This is Easy Peasy Podcast, your favorite weekly podcast about all things line dance.
And we are rolling. Hello everybody, welcome to the Easy Peasy Pod. I'm here with Mr. Fred Whitehouse. This is going to be our first episode, possibly second episode, not sure yet, but first episode with a special guest. So we have here Mr. Fred Whitehouse. How are you, bro?
Well, thank you first of all for having me part of your first Easy Pod. I'm not sure what you're going to call your listeners. Pod something, pod people, pod. You got to call it.
Yeah,
you got to get a name for the folks listening.
Didn't even think about that. Peas in a pod, very, very long. That's
Peas
long.
in a pod.
Long. I listened to a comedian, and he calls his podcast called Tea with Me. Shane Todd's shout out to Shane Todd's podcast.
Shane,
he might
Todd.
get me on someday.
Yeah.
So Tea with Me, and he calls his podcast people sippers. So yeah, I'll have to think about that.
Peas.
So you can think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, easy peasy lemon. Are they all lemons? You can't even call them lemons. That's a wee bit.
That's no
bitter.
No.
Isn't it? Sorry, everybody at home. Whoops. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this crazy idea.
Crazy idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy idea. Because of all the spare time that we have, I was like, what can I do with that spare time? Spend it with my family? No.
Yeah.
Let's do some more crazy stuff. Try and get out there on the line.
Well, you're definitely on the line with this podcast, and everybody after listening to this one is going to delete all the rest of them because you started with me. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky.
Well, I had to start with you, didn't I?
Unfortunately, no, you didn't. No.
But hopefully it will be a fun experience. People will enjoy it. I just wanted to try and see how we could use Patreon in the line dance world, because I see it being used in every other aspect of like creativity, that sort of like people that are musicians, comedians, singers, and that's sort of a similar world to us. I was like, surely we can use this in some way as well, to promote what we do. Mm-hmm. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
You never know. You might have a Fred Whitehouse podcast coming to you soon.
No, I talk enough. They gave me a microphone on stage, and then they were like, shut that guy up and just tell him to teach the dance. Pretty much is always going to happen. So it's like, why has he got me on a podcast? It'll be like, shut Fred up. That's pretty boring. Don't need to hear that. Next.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
so, bro, you've just been in North Carolina in Raleigh.
I was.
At the Line Dance Marathon.
Correct, Amondo.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. Actually, it's always nice to get back to stateside. Anywhere in the US is always a fun journey, because we're limited to the trips that I actually get to travel there, like yourself. So I only usually go over maybe 3 times a year, and Scott and Jean was definitely one that I kept on my calendar. So it was nice to get back. This time Georgina came with me, and this journey was baby free. Because back in February, we all headed to Orlando, Rachel's event. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I was super ill. And baby was on tow with us at that point.
But that was literally like the journey heading over.
Yeah.
You on the plane, it was just a nightmare for you.
Yeah, floored me.
The first flight, you were like... He had to knock himself out on the first flight just to get some sleep, because you couldn't even breathe.
No, it was actually scary. But with everybody who was at the event, I didn't get to see them. Covered the workshops as best as possible, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do the shows with all of you guys. So watching you guys perform was a different experience.
Weird experience.
Weird on my side. No, probably weird for you guys, but it was definitely weird and a different experience standing in the audience watching you guys like give it tons. It was pretty special. But like I said to the guys this week or last weekend, was a lot of people were at Orlando that probably were in my workshops or in your workshops, and I didn't get to see them. And it was cool that I actually got to see them guys this time around, and I was feeling okay. Not feeling 100%, feeling okay. And delivered workshops and had some social time. So that was pretty cool this time around. But a big shout out to Jean. Fingers crossed that everything's going well. And you can kick some butt and
Yeah.
get back to
Yes.
the dance floor with us
We
soon.
want to see Gene back there
Yeah.
next year, definitely.
Totally.
Definitely. But Scott was able to cope by himself. Are you sure?
You know what? I want to be a pain in the ass. Scott actually was under a lot of stress because I suppose Gene helps out
Does
with
everything.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Gene does everything. Scott's just there.
Yeah, what is it kind of like? Is it because of the women in our life, bro? Is that a thing? Like Scott, you, me, it's definitely one of them things.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Scott was under pressure dealing with the event by himself, trying to organise the show. John Robinson stepped in with a few ideas from JP, the DJ, JP Potter, and then he like kind of threw out the ideas to some of the other guys in the choreography, Roy and Joe and people like that, Darren and them guys, who came together and put the show together, which was pretty cool to be part of this time round. Bollywood theme.
Bollywood.
Yeah.
How are you with your Bollywood?
Not great. I'm
No?
going to be honest, not great. But honestly, the audience seemed to really enjoy it, as much as we were probably stressed through the week of trying to put it together last minute. But the audience seemed to be happy. So yeah, weekend went well. Workshops were great. Social time was good. Me and Georgina had some downtime as the grandparents come over to look after little Rory here in Ireland. So yeah, things were wicked last week. Now it's back to reality.
Back to reality.
Oh wow!
It comes right back at you with a bang. Now, me and Fred have just been out golfing.
No, we haven't.
We have. We've just been out golfing.
Who said?
And this is a Patreon exclusive. Are you ready for this?
This is lies.
Are you ready for this? Shane won. Wow! Yes. And you know what? I'm going to clip this. I'm going to clip this and post this everywhere.
Yeah, he probably will also.
I think I finished on a final score of 32 points, which isn't great.
Bad day at the office.
Now, Fred, what did you finish on?
I didn't get 30, I don't think so.
Oh, it didn't even make 30. No,
didn't even make 30. That was a bad day.
What did you get on the last?
I had a par in the last.
Par on the last. So we 3-pointer on the last.
Yeah, so for in English that was a power. Power. Par. I don't even know if we can say that right. No matter how we do it.
That's another thing. So
yeah,
I had Stacey on Facebook asked me about would I be able to caption the podcast and stuff like that and videos.
Oh.
So I've tried this out, and I tried to caption. I did a little video to explain what the Patreon is.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I've set up this Patreon, and I think it is new for some people. I've been on it for a while now because I follow some people on there. I watch some podcasts and stuff on there. So I wanted to try and do a video just to explain to people what it was if it was their first time noticing it. So I did a video for that. I tried to caption it. You want to see what it thinks I'm saying in compared to what I'm actually saying.
Wow.
It does not recognize
your
the accent at all.
Zero.
But you can go in and edit.
Oh,
but it's going to take a lot of editing.
Oh, you should just put it up anyway.
Yeah.
With all the wrong words, and they'd be like so confused. Is that what he's supposed to say?
It was hilarious. Like I was just reading. Like it was just hilarious.
I kind of just forgot you're actually recording this on video, so that means I should have actually washed and shaved myself.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just a podcast that you wouldn't see my face, unfortunately.
Definitely, yeah.
It's bad, isn't it?
Let yourself go.
Yeah, I've let myself go this one. It's because I got beaten golf and I just took the huff.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I think
you
I
did get beat.
Pretty. I got. It's not beat. I got absolutely annihilated. It was a really bad day.
Because I did not play well either. No. I didn't.
If he didn't play well, I played. Wonderful.
Yeah,
it was a good. It was a good day. It was nice to be out though.
It was nice to be out.
That's what usually the losers say. It was nice to be out.
Day. Yeah, just nice to be out in the sun, wasn't it? Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Georgina and Ali probably would have said something totally different.
Totally different.
I'm not sure you might get in trouble for that, but that's
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Good. That's good. I'm glad you're getting in trouble. Make me feel a little bit better. Wonderful.
So you were also just before marathon. You were in Spain.
I was, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who ran that event?
Carolina.
Carolina
run it in Santa Susana, which was the first time she actually stepped out of France to run an event. So it was her first international event,
which can be
scary.
Scary for an event
because
director, I'm sure.
You're trying to contact with the hotels and stuff. I was on with Debbie Rushton, and the DJ for the weekend was Dave Baycroft. And it was a small, intimate event. There wasn't a huge hall. There was a smaller number of people, but it was actually really great. Good downtime. The hotel was nice, all food included. I would definitely do it again if I can create some dates for Carolina. She's asked me. So definitely watch out for that one if she's going to post that anywhere, or she's going to run it with somebody else or another choreographer. Definitely hook up and do that. That's a great hotel. I think there's a few other guys using that hotel coming soon. Where else? And what else has been happening recently?
Yeah, and then before that, we were both in Spain.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
that's true.
We were both in Spain for Sundance.
Oh no, we were in Spain for golf. It wasn't Sundance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're all like, all I seen on your Facebook was golf. And were you dancing?
A bit of dance here and there, and then a bit of golf.
Yeah,
more golf.
Yeah, we done a little bit of dancing. Yeah, Sundance. That's a great event.
We had 3 rounds of golfing, didn't we?
Yeah,
we were there for 5 days.
Yeah, that didn't go well either. And we shared with Jose. Unfortunately, we had to sleep with one eye open because they were just up to no good.
I think it started. It
started with you.
I started it. To be fair, yeah,
it was your fault.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, I don't know. It's like an instinct that I was literally in the toilet, and I could hear you coming down the stairs, and I was like, "This is the perfect opportunity to get him," because Fred always tries to scare me. I always try to scare Fred, but we never ever managed to capture it on camera. So I was like, this is the perfect opportunity
to hide in the toilet and sneak up on somebody like a little weirdo. I was
right beside the urinal.
Yeah, not expecting it just at all.
Waiting.
You know, it's down loads of stairs. I was talking to people. They were going to the other bathroom. I walks in, and as I thought the bathroom was empty, I started undoing my pants and my belt, and just before I actually walked to the urinal, he jumps out, and I nearly wet myself.
It was a close one.
That was pretty close.
A close call.
It was close for the camera. It was close for the floor. It was close for you.
I just had to bleep a word out here and there, but at least I didn't have to bleep any images out.
Yeah, well,
it's okay.
That was close too. Yeah, the words were very clean.
And then from that moment on, Jose was like, "Okay, it's go time."
Oh yeah, it's
go time.
Yeah, is that a plug for the dance? But yeah,
boom. Look at it, copping up. It's go time.
Jose did get you. Was it you after that?
Yeah, but see, I just have no. And I really thought when I was growing up as a kid, I would have loved to have been a detective.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I have zero detective skills. We came into that room, and I noticed you, like, so we'd just been out golfing that day. We came back just before to get ready to go out for social dancing that night.
Yeah.
And nobody in the room, and my head just thought, okay, Jose's already down there. But Fred could already sense danger from the moment we walked into the room.
Because his t-shirt, Jose's t-shirt was lying on the side.
Yeah. Which now I seen.
You see,
I actually seen it.
With the iron.
Yeah.
Which is the iron thing that you like straighten your clothes with.
Absolutely.
If you don't understand what I'm saying.
Iron. Yeah, so an iron.
That's not it. No.
Caption that.
Yeah,
Iron. An iron. Yeah, that's how you say it, right?
They'll all tell us that, which is right or wrong. But yeah, it was on the side, and his t-shirt was laid out immaculate.
Yeah.
And because I walked in front of Shane, I was like, oh, he's here somewhere. He's here somewhere, but Shane kept walking.
But I seen it. Like, when I think back, I can see the t-shirt lying there.
I can see it.
So I seen it, but like, I just have no detective skills whatsoever. And I could even see you as well, like, kind of looking around as if you knew he was hiding somewhere. And I didn't think for 1 second he was going to be in the room.
And you just turned the corner to go into the room. Boom.
And then between me and him, our labs in a room together.
There was no sleep.
It's funny.
It was brutal.
It is actually
and then
funny.
I think the night after, it wasn't you because it wasn't you. I went to bed literally like 20 minutes before you guys finished up downstairs. And in my head, I knew them guys were going to come back and torture me if I was asleep, because I've seen too many videos of Jose doing it to like JP or whatever, or the other way around. And I was like, right, I heard the door opening, so I pretended to sleep. So Jose passed Shane the phone, I think.
Yeah.
And Jose was ready, I'm going to get Fred too. So he started to sneak up onto, like, towards my bed. But I knew you could sense him there, so I just went, boom!
he was not expecting it at all.
And I wish the video was my side, because his face and his soul left his body. And it was just like white. And he just sat back and he like couldn't do anything other than his laugh, because he didn't expect it. Oh my god.
Incredible.
I think we laughed so hard we cried.
Shout out to Jose. Hope you're doing well, bro.
Yeah, it was a good laugh. Even though he is disappointed in our breakfast skills after the first day.
Oh yeah. Fred made us breakfast the first day,
which I thought I was being nice, because I seemed to be the oldest in the household at that point, and I thought, yeah, let's make breakfast. There's 3 of us. There's like a few days they'll share it out. I'm not going to be the chef for the whole week, so I made the breakfast to wake up the next morning. These 2 guys thought he's going to make breakfast again. No, I didn't.
You know, you start to expect these things once you've done it once. You know what I mean?
Then Jose was heartbroken because we didn't make breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
And then the day after we didn't, but Jose had to leave early, so he left early and Shane made me breakfast. And then we sent Jose a video and he lost his mind in the airport.
Funny. That was a fun event. That was a fun event.
Man, Sundance. Yeah, so if at any point you're checking out an event to go to for a bit of a holiday, some downtime, the dancing's really only in the morning, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and then you're free for the rest of the day until social opens like at 8 o'clock that evening. And you've literally pool time, beach time. It's pretty good, so check out. It happens once every 2 years, so check that out on Dave Bearcroft's website.
We're both on again in 2025.
Yeah, along with Darren Bailey and Rhea Voss.
Boom. The one and only.
Good
Darren
fun.
Bailey.
Yeah, so that'll definitely be more golf. Yeah. Oosh.
3 ball. Boom.
Damn it. I know. Wow, they're going to sack us. We're going to get sacked. It's so bad.
Our wives are going to kill us.
Yeah. Who said we should do a podcast? Who said that?
No. Terrible idea. And then next week, we're actually together again. See, you might have a few Fred Whitehouse podcasts coming your way.
Not happening. I'm not talking to you. I am not talking to Shane.
Following you around with the mic.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Fred.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk to me.
What do you mean next week? We're together tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? I didn't even think about tomorrow.
I suppose when you release this out, it'll probably not be like tomorrow, but like this is Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. We've got a competition here in Ireland, Irish Masters for World Dance Masters qualifier, the last one of the year. Is that correct?
There's
European one.
Last European one.
There is one more.
There's two more. There's South Korean.
South Korean one is happening.
And South African Masters as well.
They both have to happen.
Yeah. So tomorrow, our Irish Masters, we're starting. We're actually going to be leaving pretty early because it's in Dublin, which is 2.5 hours for me.
Even though a lot of people think we're like really close to each other and close to Dublin because Ireland is tiny.
Absolutely.
It's not for us. It's still a few hour drive.
I got a cousin in Ireland. He lives in Dublin. Do you know him?
Yeah, next door neighbour. No, not close at all. Also, how many times do you meet up with Shane? Never. Well, what about Gary? No, who? Gary O'Reilly? Yeah, he's so far west. It's crazy.
But also, it's the concept of things as well, because we think an hour journey to go see someone is a long time.
Yeah.
Like an hour drive, really? And then Americans are like, oh yeah, I drive 7 hours to the next state.
Yeah. So to break that down and make that in English, he said hour, which is in me and Shane's drive, and in distance it was like an hour. Because when Irish people get together, the accent just like kind of
terrible.
I just noticed this in my brain when you said that out loud.
The closed caption thing, that's what I keep thinking of now. just gonna be. It's so gonna be so messed up.
Hour or.
How am I going to edit? And it's going to take me 4 days to edit that.
That was pretty bad to make all of them hours work. Yeah. So yeah, Dublin is a few hours.
Dublin's a few is 2.5 hours.
Wow.
From me. How many hours is it from you, Fred?
So for the guys who are not watching the podcast and listening to it, he's talking with his hands also.
Oh yeah.
No, it is. It is 2 hours, probably to the venue. Slightly more than that, but it's not too far compared to American guys who drive 10 hours, 13 hours, and they think that is totally normal. Mm-hmm. It's not normal for us. So the 2 hour drive is a lot for us in Ireland. It's crazy. But yeah, that's tomorrow. Next week we go to the Live and Line Dance magazine, which is holding an event in Vienna. Is that correct?
It's in. So I was looking this up just to. Some people were asking me, where are you going?
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, Austria. I'm going to Austria, but where? No idea. I'm going to Austria. So it's in Zerndorf.
Wow.
Zerndorf, which is close to Vienna.
Are you sure you're saying that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Literally looked it up last night as well. Zerndorf, and it's close to the Hungarian border and also the Slovakian border.
Whoa, go for a trip.
Yeah. So we could, stone's throw away from Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia.
Yeah, we definitely need to.
When I say stone's throw, I'm pretty sure it's about an hour drive.
An hour? Or an hour.
1 hour drive.
1 hour drive.
Yeah.
We really have to work hard when we say.
We really have to. I didn't really think about this podcast thing enough.
Yeah, because everybody who's going to listen is going to go, I need a translator.
Yeah.
I need a translator. And talk about translator, the only time that ever happened is when I was in Japan and I had a translator on stage.
Oh yes,
with every 4 counts, they broke it down to talk what I was actually saying in English or Irish to Japanese,
which is like Japan is a crazy experience. If you want to go to a special event, try and do one in Japan. We actually had Jodie Harmon that came with us for the time we came.
Oh yeah,
from America. I was there with Scott and Joe. Mm-hmm. Same thing. We had the translator up there. Every 8 counts, they translated, and you just sort of wait for them to do it. And also, we had this thing where if we wanted to demo something on the stage, the front 4 rows would sit down or like kneel down, just so the people at the back could see.
Yeah,
the respect thing and stuff. It's just. It's crazy, isn't it? So different.
Yeah, different way of learning. A really clever way of learning and respectful for the other people on the floor. And the rotational thing, did they do the rotation after like every 10 minutes or something like that?
Rotate the lines.
Rotate lines from front to back. So they moved up one every so often, which was cool. Also, I wouldn't know if I could learn a dance that way. Oh, I'm now in a new spot. The floor looks different. Did I learn this?
Like, what is going on? What? New dance.
Yeah. No, that was a cool event, actually. And I look forward to doing that one this year. November, I think I'm going back out with Roy Verdunk this time round. So that'll be fun. Nice to catch up with some people.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. I don't know, there's lots of stuff happening right now. It's hard to keep up with my calendar.
Yeah.
Man.
We're bombing through this podcast. I had a few questions from the Patreon. The Patreonists? The patrons.
The Patreons.
The patrons on the Patreon.
Yeah, see, you need a name for them. Need a name for them, guys.
We need a name. We'll think about it.
So anybody who's listening to the podcast, we need a name for the followers of Shane, of his little...
The Easy Peasy Pod. Like... Yeah, peas in a pod's not going to work. It needs to be like snappy. Something urge, isn't it? Like Beliebers. Like Justin Bieber's Beliebers.
Yeah.
Why do I know that? Don't ask me why I know that.
Why didn't you call them like beavers? Because they follow McKeever. I don't know. McKeever Beaver. I don't know. Sorry, it's really random. Oh man, yeah, wow. I have no idea.
So I actually had questions in my head there, and now you've just blown them out of my head.
Blown them all the way. I'm still thinking of names, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So one of the questions we had was, what's your favourite classic dance? Do you have a favourite classic dance? On this Patreon as well, I'm going to be teaching one classic dance a week. So you give me your classic dance, Fred, and I'll teach that maybe next week, maybe the week after.
I think this is a really tough choice from the classic stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think everywhere we go, or everywhere I go, I will always do the classic in the weekend at some point of Have Fun, Go Mad. Mm-hmm. But then I love dancing it, I do. And then I actually really enjoy dancing Wild Wild West, which is fun. And I wish a lot more people learned that dance. Because the music's cool. It's probably because it's back in the era of me growing up. So I feel like that one, don't get me wrong, I love the jukebox and everything like that. They're all cool. Swinging hours, which I want to say in the Irish accent. They're all good dances, good fun. But yeah, Wild West.
I like Wild Wild. I think Wild Wild West is a good one because I feel like not a lot of the newer, event goers know Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
So it would be a good one to teach actually, just to get out there. I seen John Robinson was teaching it syncopated rhythm at the marathon.
Packed class.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I love it.
They did do a few classics throughout that weekend, and every class was busy.
I feel like we should be doing that. I feel like we all need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Instead of and just try and, if event directors think they need these new dances, let's try and explain to them how we can bring these classics back and just be adamant. No, we're not going to do 5 new dances. Maybe do 1 or 2. Yeah, and we'll teach one of our older ones, and we'll teach a classic dance that we don't think anybody really dances anymore, but they should be dancing.
They should be dancing it.
Yeah, Wild Wild West, my favourite, slow burn.
I was just going to say, why did John not teach that last week?
It's got to be one of my first teaches on the Patreon. So I'm going to be teaching that, slow burn, and I think Wild Wild West is a brilliant one.
I feel like they're definitely a nice crossover for the younger scene who want to come in but do something kind of cool. So they can be kind of hip with it. Slow burn technically is a nice West Coast swing, and the song is very sexy. So yeah, they're cool dances to choose. I think it's cool.
I think that's what makes me the whole sexy West Coast swing vibe. I think that's why I like it so much.
Sure. Yeah, that's totally the reason.
I like how it feels when you dance it. You know what I mean?
Do you get your sexy face on?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the next time you guys are watching Shane McKeever do slow burn, watch out for a sexy face. Oh, Ali, I am so sorry that you have to deal with this. Sorry, you have to deal with this. Wow. I'm glad you don't have no more questions, because that was the one and only one you're going to get an answer from.
Loads of questions.
Oh, do you? Damn
loads of questions. What about we had Chi asked me, how have you been since the recovery from your car accident? How's that been? Are you feeling any better now?
Well, you know what? This takes it all down a notch, because I suppose I'll just be serious about it. Since the accident, I suppose I feel like there's a connection to me, literally just picking up sickness right now, and it has not stopped. I am not shaking any illness off quickly or recovering quickly. So I am not getting a straight run. Unfortunately, that has been the way of things. I've missed out a few events. I've missed out a lot of classes and lessons and prepping my girls for Worlds. It's really been a tough one. I've left a lot of pressure on Georgina to pick up the pieces with Rory. So I wish things were a lot better. I can touch wood and say that physically, the neck and the back and everything like that seems to not have an issue. Touch wood right now. The rehab went well. I just feel like I need a bit of immune support somehow, and I'm looking into it. So, fingers crossed. It's just one of them things. But you know that from me hanging out with you. So
totally.
It's
it's insane how anytime you got sick, it just completely wiped you out.
Floored.
Which wouldn't have been you beforehand.
No,
you'd still be able to function.
Yeah.
If you're feeling not that well, but everything, your immune system was just shot.
I'm bedbound, and I'm never bedbound, never sitting in. It's kind of the last 8 months has definitely been that, and I can only trigger it back to that point. So whether it is what do they call it? trauma or something that happened through the accident that your body's trying to recover from. It reacts totally different, so I don't know.
Do you feel like you didn't give yourself enough time to recover, maybe?
Yeah, well, it's possible, because I try to get back to 100% as quick as possible, and
like I'm in the same
mindset.
headspace as you. I'd be trying to be out there as quick as I possibly can, and which is never the best thing for us.
No, because you don't like to sit down. We're on, and one of them things, it's nice to be busy, but we're always busy. So when something happens like this, you kind of go, all right, I need to get up and go. I don't want to sit down and sit behind it. So it was like, if I can get up as quick as possible and get rocking, I can just motor forward. But it didn't happen that way. But yeah, so that was the bad news. But look, I'm going to stay as positive as possible and try to keep rocking forward and take as many vitamins and vitamins.
No,
All
but
the
I
good stuff.
think it's progressively been getting better, and things look to be on the up.
Fingers crossed.
From Mr. Whitehouse.
7 weeks to like World Dance Masters or something. So
why would you even say that?
I just thought I'd stress you out a little bit more.
You just give me heart palpitations.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause
7 weeks.
I have to live in the reality of sort myself out for 7 weeks. Let's go, baby. Yeah, it's actually make you feel sick, doesn't it?
It makes you feel, wow.
Yeah, that's not nice.
We're not ready. We're not ready for that.
No,
we're not ready for that.
I'm not.
That's going to be a whole nother podcast.
Oh, man.
A whole nother podcast.
Great. Can't wait.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Whitehouse.
Yeah, sorry for talking so long.
No, that was great.
Usual.
That was great. So we're off now. Fred's off to get his haircut.
I am, and you're off to do a lesson or two.
I'm off to do a lesson or two and get ready for our trip down to our competition tomorrow. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, suited and booted.
Yeah. So come up with a new name for our podcasters.
Yes,
Let
all
us know
you
what
beavers
think.
out there
Beavers.
who follow McKeever. No,
Not
don't.
beavers.
I can't call you that. It's just not right.
Beavers. But anyway, we will see Fred Whitehouse again probably next week on the podcast.
Will we?
Or we'll just bank a few podcasts maybe.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get my wife and my
Yes.
well, not my children, but Holly, she can speak,
Of course she
so
can.
I'm trying to hopefully get my wife and Holly on.
Hopefully
on the
she
podcast.
throws you under the bus and tells
She
you
will.
how actually things are at home.
She'll
Yeah.
be giving them the truth and
Yes.
nothing but the truth.
Do it, Holly.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Thank you for joining us, and I will see you again next week. Goodbye.
This is Easy Peasy Podcast, your favorite weekly podcast about all things line dance.